All right. So tonight I wanted to talk about facing your fears because in this business, there are a lot of opportunities to grow as a person, but that also means kind of stepping outside your comfort zone. When I started coaching, I was scared to say the least. I was like, you want me to talk to strangers? You want me to put myself out there? You want me to post selfies? Like, I think I've said this before. I didn't even like leave the house to go to Target without putting makeup on. Like I was the most self-conscious human being on the planet. And then, my coach asked me to start posting my journey and my workouts and I'm like, "Oh, like I'm sweaty, I'm gross. Like who wants to see a mom who's been working full time like work out? Like that's not fun." But I started doing it because I trusted her and I knew that what connected me to my coach was just that. It was the reality of, hey, she's working and she's a mom and this and that and the next thing and she's got all this stuff going on and yet she's posting her journey. She's being real and authentic and sharing being a mom and sharing her meals and sharing her, pile of dishes in the sink, just being a real person. And I said, oh, I think if she can coach, I can coach. So I wanted to become relatable to my followers, to the moms that followed me, to the people that just wanted to be inspired and say, if she can do it, I can do it. Because there's nothing different about my life than anybody else's life. Some of us have kids, some of us have pets, some of us are in school, or we have other things going on. So there's nothing that, separates me or you or the next person, but you have to be authentic and real. But sometimes, putting that on Facebook to be judged by random people that you might not even know you're friends with on Facebook, or maybe, somebody that you're friends with from 8 years ago in high school, or whoever it may be that, you're kind of nervous about them seeing, your selfies and your new posts and maybe that comment that you're worried about, like, oh, here's another one of those new network marketing company, they've got you. Like, they don't pay your bills, they don't own your life, and they don't run what your goals or your dreams are. So if you get anything out of this, I hope that you can see that if you have goals in this business or you've seen, a spark in this business that really draws you in, don't let anybody, any comment, any post, anything in this business deter you from what you were drawn into, okay? There are so many times that I get negative comments or negative feedback, like, oh, you do that selling thing, or you do that beach body thing, or you do shakes or weight loss, whatever it is. I don't really care because they don't have, goals set for my family, and they don't put food in my kiddo's mouth, and they don't create my happiness. So at some point in this business, you have to be selfish and you have to say, these are my goals and this is my passion, and it doesn't have to relate to anybody else. And when you start sharing, those things, why you're doing, why you're a coach and why you're working out and what goals you're starting to work towards, that's when you start attracting people exactly like yourself. And that's who you want in this business. That's who you want on your team, because they're going to be relatable to you. You're going to have fun in this business. If you're signing people up that, you don't connect with, trust me, it's really hard to get them motivated because you're not going to sync well. You're not going to vibe well. I purposely reach out to moms because I'm a mom and I can relate to their schedules. I purposely relate to, people in their 20s to 40s because that's my age range. I wouldn't really know what to do with somebody, that I'm trying to think of Amy Silverman. She's a top coach. She's like free bird. She doesn't have kids. She lives in the tropics. Like, she has a bunch of tattoos. I'm like, I don't really know, how I would relate to somebody on her team as well as the people on my team. So that's not to say that you have to have one path, but you just have to know that not everybody is going to vibe with you, and that's okay. So that's part of stepping outside your comfort zone and just being okay with who you are and knowing that not everybody is going to get that, or not everybody is going to understand that. So going through these slides, I just have a few slides because I work better from my notes. Otherwise, I'll just ramble all night and it'll be 40 minutes of me talking about why I coach. So let me screen share. Can I get a thumbs up if you guys can see that? Okay, cool. because you all know how tech savvy I am to make sure you can see it. Is it big enough? Anybody? Big? Good? See it? Good? Okay. Okay. So, Ryan, I like that your daughter gave the thumbs up. So facing your fear, what's holding you back in this business? When you sign up, whether you're a new coach or maybe you've been coaching for a year, I'm sure there are a few things that are going to hold you back. And once you can identify them, you can move past them and overcome them. But if you are just saying like, I'm scared to do this, you're going to sit there and not know how to face it. So facing your fear and knowing what it is that you're afraid of or what's holding you back is super important. These are a few things that I wrote down in the beginning. I didn't want negative attention. I didn't want to get that comment of somebody saying, "Oh, there's Bree, they got you. You're in a chokehold with a network marketing company." I didn't want to be, "Oh, Bree, you're already skinny. You don't need to lose weight." That stuff like scared me. But again, that person didn't know my story. That person didn't get to know me. They picked one post out and they wanted to judge me based on one thing. And they were hiding behind a computer screen. So I had to pick, my own confidence. I had to use my personal development and say, you know what? I know what my story is and I know what I have to share. I'm not saying that I lost 100 pounds, but I've gained a ton of confidence. I'm way healthier. And if somebody wants to comment on it negatively, then that's an issue that they have, and it's not anything to do with me. I had tons of doubts in the business. I would look at top coaches and say, well, I don't have that time, or that person doesn't have kids, or that person doesn't have to work 50 hours a week. I worked a full-time job, and I made this a priority. So I had tons of doubts. I was like, I don't have, 5,000 friends on Facebook. I was homeschooled. I didn't have like any friends. I moved to Kirkwood. I had party friends, but who was going to be interested in, fitness and health and weight loss and, this new positive vibe I was into, because that wasn't the crowd I hung out with. So the 200 friends I had on Facebook were pretty much, either relatives or party people. So I had doubts that, where am I going to meet these people? Of course, I was scared of failure. Everybody is. We have that little voice in the back of our head saying, well, she did it, but you make excuses why you can't. Putting yourself out there is scary. Hearing no is scary. Having haters is scary. You see other brands. We talk about, oh, did you guys see that shake at Walmart that's, claiming they're exactly like Shakeology? Or do you see that it works? Now they have like a grains supplement. You have to go past that and say, you know what we have to offer has value, and it doesn't matter because what other people have to offer, because what you have is important, and there are people that need it. So it doesn't matter if there's somebody else selling the next best thing or, has a product that works. That's great. There are going to be people that Beachbody isn't for, but there are plenty of people that it is for. And that's our job, is to find those people and help them get to where they want to go. So don't let competitors, don't self-sabotage yourself with all these things. So facing your fears, write down a note and say, what am I afraid of in this business? What's holding me back from doing the vital behaviors, from reaching out and inviting people, from adding new friends to my Facebook, from making my Facebook, profile public and really going all in? What's holding me back from just really going all in and making this business work for me? Because if you're holding back with fear, you're not going to get as far as if you just go all in. So identify those fears and come up with a game plan or talk to your coach about how you can slowly kind of drift through that, get through those insecurities and self-doubts. Okay, do that fear task first. So I talked about a few things that, really held me back in my first year. I had a lot of things that kind of slowed me down. If I had gotten through these or been able to identify them, I think I would have gotten a lot further in my first year. Not to say, my full-time job and my 1-year-old weren't just, that's just life. And I had a different growth rate than a lot of coaches. But I had a lot of fear, and that was what held me back mainly in my first year, was my own insecurities. So if you find your fears and you face that task first for your day, for your week, for your month in your business and setting your goals, you're going to accomplish a lot more. Like I said, if you can face that fear and overcome it, you've got nothing holding you back. So for example, if you're afraid of rejection, inviting and conversation starting is something you need to practice daily. If it comes easy to you, great. If you're not afraid of no, great. Get those, it's not a big deal. The inviting part of your business activity tracker and your vital behaviors, your to-do list, isn't a big deal. But if you're scared of rejection, so you're not reaching out to people and you're not posting about your challenge groups and you're not sharing your journey, this right here needs to be the first thing on your to-do list before you do anything else. Before you drink your Shakeology, before you do your workout, before you make a fun post or scroll Pinterest for motivational quotes, you need to do that first. If you're scared of judgment and criticism, posting your journey, take a selfie and post it on Facebook, make it public. I don't care what you put with it, whether it's a quote that you find on Pinterest or, pointing at somebody and saying, did you get your workout in today? I don't care what it is, but if you're scared of that judgment and criticism from others, posting your journey, making it public is something that you're going to have to face eventually. Because if you're not doing that, nobody's going to know what you have to offer. Nobody's going to see what you're doing. So that should be your first task. If you're scared of haters, creating posts to counteract objections that you might receive. So say you get, a message about somebody saying what you're doing is a scam, Shakeology is, BS, and, just hating on you. Create posts to tell them why that's not true. You don't have to go message that person and confront them and, be all in their face about it. You can simply make a post of why you love Shakeology and why you find it important. Or if somebody is saying you don't need to lose weight, post about why you're working out and eating healthy. For me, it wasn't anything to do with weight loss. At this point, I was at a standstill with weight loss. I wasn't trying to lose weight, but I was trying to be the best version of myself. And I knew when I worked out, I was a healthier, more happy mom. I had more energy. So I would create posts around that of why I worked out. I wasn't just trying to get skinny. I wasn't just trying to be, this perfect hot bod mom. I made posts exactly to the people that were hating on me to say, I work out because I feel good, I'm energized, and my daughter gets a better version of, her mom when I do. It wasn't anything about I'm working out to lose 50 pounds. Again, the Shakeology. Why I drink Shakeology, it's not because I feel like I need a protein shake. Sure, I could go buy any protein off the shelf, but why do I drink Shakeology? Find the value in it. And address those haters in your posts each and every day by, counteracting with why you do what you do. If you're scared of failure, the fear task you should be doing is set written goals. Writing down a goal is really scary. That was one of my biggest things was if I write that goal down of diamond, or I write that goal down of being an elite coach, or I write that goal down of hitting emerald in 30 days, that means I'm holding myself accountable, and I have to look at that and say, oh shoot, like I should hustle. I need to do something. And that can be scary because what if you don't hit that goal? Well, let me tell you, if you don't hit that goal, nothing happens, right? Nobody's there to judge you, but everybody is there to help you succeed. So if you set those goals, you put them into the universe, you tell your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your mom, you post them in the team page, you write them on your computer desk, you make them your background, and set those goals and set your intentions, you're more likely to succeed than if you just say, if I make that goal and fail, I'm going to feel miserable. Or what if I don't hit it? You're never going to hit a goal if you don't even set them. Okay? So when you identify your fears, find the counteracting activity to help you face that fear and get through it, okay? Okay, I need to take a breath. Be more authentic. This is a big one because I think that some people want to hide behind their computer screen. And they say, in network business, you can hide behind the pictures on Beachbody, and you can hide behind the posts that you want to share from other coaches, or you want to share a recipe from Pinterest. But what's real about this business is you, and you starting to really open up and be the face of your business. Nobody wants to see you share my workouts. Nobody wants to see you share a top coach's banner about join my team. Nobody wants to see you share a recipe. Because what do we see when we see that somebody shared something? Do we really take as much time as if I saw, say, Amanda post a recipe? I'm going to go, oh, what did she post? As opposed to if she shared something, I'm going to be like, maybe I'll click on it. But most likely, I'm just going to keep scrolling. You have 3 seconds. When somebody's scrolling, they scroll fast. You have 3 seconds to capture someone's attention. And if you're being authentic, that captures attention more than anything else on social media. Trust me, I've done it 1,000 times when I use a stock photo. It does not get near the traction as if it's a selfie with something I have to say, a picture with my daughter, a recipe or a food item, and I make it pretty and I take a picture of my own food and post it and say, who wants the recipe? Those get the traction. The other things do not. If I share something from a top coach, nobody cares who Anita Myron is. My friends don't know who that is. So, okay, somebody's drawing again. This happened last time. What? I swear, every time I do a slideshow, somebody starts using their, just ignore the guys. I can't do anything about it. How do I get it to stop? Anybody know? Okay. Well, if you're messing on your phone or your computer, please. I don't know. Why does I suck at technology? I don't know. Somebody's drawing and erasing. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Luckily, there's not too much to read on this slide. Stop comparing your business and goals against anyone else. This is a huge thing that I did in my first year where it just got me stuck looking at other coaches. I would spend hours looking at other coaches' pages and telling myself why I couldn't succeed because I didn't have pretty stock photos or headshots, or I didn't know how to use PicMonkey as well. I wasn't as technologically, advanced. I didn't have the training. I didn't know how to use YouTube. I had all these excuses, and I saw top coaches and I'm like, well, they have a YouTube channel and they have a blog and they're good at Instagram and they did this Pinterest training. But guess what? I spent hours telling myself why I couldn't instead of going and learning those things and getting better at PicMonkey and, taking some selfies and editing them to make them look more put together. I didn't have headshots my first year and a half. I used selfies. I bought this, little ring light on Amazon and I set it up against a wall in my office. I took pictures and it was a selfie. That's what I used to promote my business. So the second I stopped comparing myself to somebody else, I stopped looking at other coaches' incomes. I stopped looking at what their rank was because at the end of the day, everybody has completely different growth. You're going to have completely different story than any other coach in the network. Why? Because you have different friends, you have a different way of conversating, you have a different way of posting, you are authentic to you, and that means you're going to have a different story than anybody else, okay? So don't go follow top coaches and say, I can't do this because they have XYZ and I don't have that, because that takes time. Those coaches have been doing it for years. They have professional headshots now, yes, but you can do the same thing with a selfie just as well. You can promote yourself just as well as any other coach in the network, okay? Okay. Learn to laugh at yourself and fail forward. This is something that will get you through your fears more than anything else. Laughing at yourself is so incredibly important. I will make posts that don't get comments. I'll be like, join my amazing team. We're top 100 and, I'm a premier coach and we're 1,500 strong and blah, blah, blah. And there's crickets. And I'm like, okay, nobody cares about the team, but I have to laugh at it. It doesn't matter if I get a comment or a like. It's so silly because before Beachbody, I didn't care about likes on posts. I didn't even post on Facebook, like hardly ever. And if I did, it was a picture of my kid. And I didn't, sit there waiting to see the likes roll in. I didn't care. I simply posted my child because I was, in awe of being a mom and, the things that she was doing. I didn't care about the 200 friends I had to like my picture. So you have to do the same thing in this business. You have to learn from your mistakes. You have to make posts that are going to get, zero traction. You're going to make those posts that don't make any sense. And you go a year later when it pops up and you posted this a year ago and you're going to be like, oh gosh, I did. Why did I post that? But you can laugh at it because this is a learning experience, and there's never going to be a time in this business where you're not learning or growing or getting better at something. You simply have to start and trust that you'll get better at it with practice. It goes for inviting, it goes for posting your story, it goes for talking about, the coaching opportunity, it goes for talking about a challenge group, anything. You get better at it, so you can just laugh it off. Who cares? Learn from your mistakes and move on. So maybe at the time of day you posted, if you know who you're trying to, reach, you're probably, if you're posting to moms or busy parents or, people that have full-time jobs, you're probably not posting at 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. Because guess what? They're probably driving to work or at work, not looking at their phone. I find that Sunday nights are a good time to post. People are winding down from the weekend. Moms, got their kids to bed and they're, jumping on their phone and scrolling Facebook. So you have to find when those people are on. You can look and see who's on live chat. You can see, who's live on your news feed for chatting. It's green and shows how many people are on. Watch that and see, who's on at what times a day in my friends list and post at those times. You'll get better at it and you'll find when the best time is to post, a challenge group post or a call to action about joining our team, stuff like that. And then critique your page. When you go to your page, do you yourself share authentically enough and frequently enough that if some of your friends or one of your friends was on your page at a random time, would they know that you have something to offer that's of value? Do they know you're a coach, that you always have a challenge group available, that you always are looking for coaches to join your team? Do they know that you're there to motivate and inspire? And are the posts that you're making adding value to people's lives? So when you're scrolling Facebook, oh, my internet connection is unstable. I don't know why. When you're scrolling your Facebook, critique your post and say, if I was scrolling my newsfeed, would I stop and value this comment enough or this post enough to like it or emoji it now that you can do different things? Would I comment on it? Would it inspire me? Would it add value to my, to me? And so a lot of times when I make posts, I think about that before I post it up. Is this something stupid? Would I stop and look at it? Would I get value from it? Would I find it, worth my time to stop and like it? And I know what I like and comment on the most is my friends sharing about their families, things that they're doing. So I do the same thing and share those things. And I share, my kiddo in pictures about challenge groups because people stop and they're like, oh, Brie posted, her cute little girl. Nobody wants to see Aaron. He's boring. People want to see Soph. She's cuter. So you kind of get the idea. I've learned from my mistakes, and I've posted 3 to 5 times a day for the last 2 years, and there are some good and some bad, and I've learned from that. I click on the thing now that you can say on this day last year. I click on that every day, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I posted all this last year, like horrible posts. And I'll probably do the same thing next year about what I'm posting now, because I'm always learning about wording. My personal development is helping me create more motivational and inspiring posts in the morning. So just know you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have thousands of, amazing, mind-blowing topics to speak on, but just post from your heart and post authentically and make sure it's something that gives value to people, that make them want to stop and look and see what you're doing. Expect to fail if you aren't preparing. I talk about a to-do list. I talk about the business activity tracker, and I talk about the vital behaviors for a reason. If you're not doing that every day and you're not planning to do it every day, or you don't have it scheduled into your day, prepare to fail in this business. Because if you're not doing it consistently, you're going to hit the end of each month and go, shoot, I didn't reach Success Club. I didn't add any coaches to my team. What did I do in my business? I did nothing, right? Maybe I made a post a week ago. Maybe I invited people to join a challenge group 3 weeks ago. But did I follow up with those people? Did I check in with the people that had price objections? Did I reach out to new people? Did I add new friends to see my posts every day? If you're not doing those things, plan to fail. If you're preparing and you're working that into your day, each and every single day, whether it's 30 minutes that you have to an hour, I understand having kids and school and work. you have to figure out what you can sacrifice to put this into your day every single day. Make a posting outline, make a posting schedule. I share all the time that when I worked full time, I made my workout videos for the week on Saturdays or on Sundays. I can't remember what my day off was. But whatever my day off was, I would do a few moves from each workout. And from that week, I would change my clothes and do each workout and make videos in a little app. And then I would have them on my phone ready to share Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday when I was going to be at work. No time to make a video at 8 a.m. when I'm, I've got a 1-year-old, the nanny's coming over and I'm going to work. There's no time to get on an app and make a workout video then or make a post. So I made it fit into my schedule that I would have a posting schedule. I would have recipes typed up so I could copy and paste and make a post on my 15-minute lunch break. At that time, it was my cigarette break when I started coaching, believe it or not. But so whatever it is that you have to do, this business will work, but you have to put in the time and you have to put in the effort. There's no failing at coaching unless you're just not doing the vital behaviors and you're not doing the daily tasks that are set out for you in our outline as the new coach. Find new friends and potentials. If you're not adding new people, you're going to eventually go dry in this business. You need people to be seeing your posts because if you add a new friend, I always say it's usually, 3 to 6 months down the road that they're going to trust you and know you enough or feel like you have a connection or a friendship enough through social media that they would sign up and buy something from you. Why would they give you your credit card if you add them as a friend and say, hey, you should go buy this? Not going to happen. And you don't want to be that salesy person. So you need to be adding friends now because you might be signing your uncle up, you might be signing your brother up or your friend up. They trust you. But eventually those people run out pretty quick. In your first 3 months, you're probably going to run out of those people that are willing to help you out or trust you. So finding those people each and every day, adding 2 to 5 friends. I was adding 10 in the beginning. And just messaging them like, hey, I love meeting new moms on Facebook. Hey, I love finding other runners on Facebook. Have you had any cool, I see you have a dog, whatever. Create conversations that have nothing to do with Beachbody and they'll start following you at your posts, okay? Reward yourself if you have to. If you're like, if I do my BAT every single day, the 3 vital behaviors every day for a month, and if I hit Success Club, I'm going to go buy a donut. Okay, I just have donuts on my mind. That would be an awful. Maybe shoes. I don't know. A tank top. Go to your favorite store. Go out to eat with your family. Something fun. Get your family involved so they see that your goals are important. And when you achieve them, you all are rewarded and your family is excited for you to achieve them. So you can all celebrate together. Okay, last piece. You cannot hide if you want to lead. As a coach, if you're working the business, eventually you're going to become a leader, right? You might be learning the business now. You might only be a month in or a week in or a day in or a year in. But eventually you're going to have to lead a team. You're going to have to host these calls. Yes, you have to host calls, but not tomorrow, maybe not a week from now, but you do need to be growing because at some point as a coach, if you want to be a successful coach, you're going to be a leader to a team of people that also want to do this business, that also want to help people, that also have similar goals. So you cannot hide. You have to practice now because you're not going to wake up one day, you're not going to wake up next month and somebody's going to hand you a book and say, okay, your team of 2,000 is ready for your team calls. You need to practice now so that it's not scary. I know at some point, Beachbody headquarters is going to call and say, hey, Bree, as an elite coach, can you talk on the national wake-up call? And I'm going to cry. I'll be like, oh, God, I knew that was coming. But I want growth in my business, so you can't hide away from all of that. I didn't even want to host team calls because they terrified me. People are staring at me, and they're all muted and looking for me to say some words of, knowledge, and I don't really know what I do besides what my coach told me to do. So at some point, you can't hide. You have to be proud of every success. I posted that Emerald, certificate when I got it in the mail all over Facebook. I'm like, I am the bomb.com, guys. Emerald status, baby. I'm making $50 a week. I don't even care. This is amazing. Because it's $50 I wouldn't have made if I didn't coach, right? I was making enough to pay for my Shakeology. So my boyfriend and I didn't have to take it out of our accounts. I was making enough to cover it. That Emerald certificate, when I had Aaron hit Emerald, posted that all over. I was like, look at my bomb ass coach. It was my boyfriend, but who cares? I was like, look at my team. We rock. Success Club. I was so proud of, one point. I had one person working the business. And I was like, look at our team. It's me and this one person. Challenger successes. Even if you have one challenger, if they message you and say, I feel so great, I'm feeling amazing, I lost a pound, I lost 2 inches, post that with a selfie going, holy cow, this is so cool. This is why I coach, to help somebody lose that pound, to give them the confidence to keep going, to help them stay accountable. And look at what my challenger just told me. They're down 2 pounds, they're down inches, they're feeling better, they're more energized, they were able to run a mile. Whatever it is, it might just be one person. It might just be your mom or your brother or your sister. It might be somebody, you're related to, but it doesn't matter, because that's sharing, that's starting to grow that little seed and plant that little seed in people's mind on your social media, okay? So constantly share that and be proud of every success. You don't have to hit 5-star in this business to be proud of your business or to be proud of your team. Your team could be you and your husband that doesn't even know they're a coach, but you signed them up anyway because you wanted the Success Club points. I don't care what it is. That's a team, right? You have us as a team. We're rocking it. Be proud of what you're a part of. Don't be anyone else in this business. Don't go look at top coaches and say, I need to be Amy Silverman and live, in the tropics and wear little bikinis to, and have a photographer husband to make this work. I don't need to be Melanie Metro with 2 kids in school and, a successful husband that does, I think he's a lawyer or something, and have full time to work this business. I don't need to be Leslie Cortez where her husband's a lawyer and her 2 kids are in school and she's in the Millionaires Club, to run this business. I can be me. I can be proud of that. And I can attract people like me and have an amazing team. People can smell your fear through the computer screen. So if you're going into a conversation about a challenge group and you're going, this person is probably going to say no because of the price. Or this person probably doesn't want to because I know they've done Weight Watchers and they tried it works and they don't want to buy anything else. Guess what? They can tell that you're already writing them off and saying they're not going to do it. And when they say no, don't back away. Share what you have and find a solution for them, whether it's a free group, whether it's signing up, you can have them sign up for a free account with Beachbody and, have them be your coach. They can create a free account and try on demand. They can get in a free clean eating group or, remember what their goals are and send them a weekly shout out and message and say, hey, how are you doing with your fitness and health goals till they are ready. I don't hound people, but I check in and say, hey girl, I know Christmas, you said you wanted to lose 20 pounds. It's March. How you doing with that? And they go, oh, not so good. I'm like, okay, well, let's work on them, right? Maybe they're ready now. So stop scrolling what other coaches are doing and start doing your own thing. Whether you fail miserably your first week or year in posts, they don't have to look perfect, but you're not going to get anywhere if you just watch other people coach and don't start practicing yourself. You are what people want to see, because people are your friends for a reason. People, watch you for a reason, not because they want to see Brie Holland or Amanda Starr or Ryan. They want to see whoever you are on Facebook, right? All right, that's my slides for the night. Sorry, they're really obnoxiously yellow, but that's what so fit. Any questions? You can unmute yourself if you have questions. Good, I'm so glad you all have so many questions. No questions, okay. If you have questions, comment in the team page. I hope this was helpful. Stacy, you unmuted. Do you have a question?
Well, not really a question, but can you talk about the Super Saturday tomorrow and what the plans are? Where?
Yes, 1 o'clock, my house. PM me for address if you're coming. Okay. I'm gonna try to get space in the basement for a workout. We just put a bed down there for when I have this kid, hopefully, so if a parent stays, they have a bed instead of a futon to sleep on. So we'll see how many people actually show up if we actually do a workout or not. Otherwise, we'll be watching our Super Saturday video Sorry, I could get so distracted when kiddos are on the call. Taylor, he's so cute. But so we'll watch the Super Saturday video. We'll chat. I think a few of us are going to share kind of where we're at in the business. A few of us, that have jobs and are working from home or kids, whatever, to kind of get some, different perspective, because you guys always just hear me all the time. So then we'll get a chance to just kind of meet other coaches and teammates. So if you're around tomorrow, 1 p.m. my house, if you're local Cedar Rapids, or if you're driving like Stacy, come on over. We'll have some food and hang out. So nothing too crazy, no themes yet. We haven't gotten that big, but should be fun. So just PM me if you need my address, because I didn't want to post it in a public event page on a like page. I didn't want to post my address. So I've had some crazy stalker stuff go on this year, so I didn't want to do that. Anyway, so just message me, or your coach, upline coach should have it too. So anyone that want to carpool? Angela, I'm not positive, but you can post on the team page. Post on the team page and ask if anyone from Des Moines is wanting to head down, and maybe they'll see it better. We have less than a minute on the call. I promise I'm going to upgrade. After I have this kid, I'm going to upgrade my Zoom so we don't just get cut off all the time. It's on my to-do list. If there's no